Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well on this Monday, July 1st. I can't believe it's July 1st already. I mean, it's the older I get, the quicker the time passes. Now, people are going to say that's because you're getting older, dog. That happens. I don't know. There's got to be something in the cosmos or something going on. It definitely seems like time passes more quickly than it did even a few years ago. I mean, do you guys feel that? Is there something to it? I'm sure there's some kind of rabbit hole I can follow to research that. I probably shouldn't do it. But anyway, I mean, share what share your thoughts on that. But the time passes so fast; it's incredible. It really is. Time is such a commodity. It really is. We have serious breaking news going on today regarding the Supreme Court. I will go into that. It's huge. It's a big one. Okay. Also, we have some seismic shifts going on politically in Europe, specifically France. Okay, I'll go into that. And United States military bases are on high alert. I saw this actually late last night come across. This is kind of worldwide, but they're centering it a lot on Europe. Okay, which is interesting. I also have a fantastic passage I'm going to share with you that I think it will lift you up, okay? Somebody needs to hear it, so stay tuned for that. It's a good one, all right? First, though, the big one, the big biggie of the day is the Supreme Court rules that Trump has immunity from prosecution for official acts. That means while he was in office. The Supreme Court rules this. This is a monumental decision, they're saying, as far as presidential powers. It'll set precedent. But basically, I'll read some of this. The President of the United States has immunity from prosecution for official acts of the Supreme Court ruled in a monumental decision with massive implications for presidential powers and the criminal cases against Trump. The case centered around special counsel Jack Smith's prosecution of Trump for allegedly masterminding efforts to overthrow the 2020 election while in office, including on January 6th. All right, also says just a little bit more. There's a longer article on it, but I'm just going to read just a couple of things. Supreme Court, it was a 6-3 decision split along the court's ideological lines, ensures that Trump will not face another blockbuster trial before the November election, as the case is sent back to the lower court to determine what is considered his official versus unofficial acts. So basically, this will not affect him. This will not trap him up in court cases, as far as this case, before the election. All right. The president enjoys no immunity for his unofficial acts, and not everything the president does is official. The president is not above the law, the justice led by the Chief Justice John Roberts writes in the majority. All right. So they're saying he's immune from acts while he was actually president, is the way I'm reading this. Okay. So the way I'm reading this, I mean, I might be wrong. I'm not a legal expert in the least. Okay. This really hurts the case against him as far as overturning the election. All right. Because he was still officially in office from the way I read that, the way I gather it. Okay. Share what you think about that. But that is huge. If you're a hard leftist, you're having a bad day today because of some of these things coming out I'm going to talk about here. This is number one. Will we see riots? Will we see big protests? Maybe that's why they were putting up fencing around the Supreme Court last week. I saw a little thing about that. I didn't mention it, but could be because they knew this was coming out. Also, in France, Marine Le Pen has handed Mr. Macron his behind back to, he is just, she beat the backside off of this guy as far as their first round of elections for president. I guess they call him president. But and I don't understand the election process in France and Europe, but this says that she blasted Macron as far as the first round of elections, so I guess they will have another one or two. But she won by a pretty good margin. This is a good thing, okay? If you like freedom, if people want to keep their country in France, this is good. They're saying that left-leaning rioters were setting fires, destroying shops in Paris or around France, shooting off fireworks, basically causing mayhem. This is what leftists do. You know, if something happens that they don't agree with, you know, they go berserk and act like a zombie and start destroying things, loot, destroy, intimidate, you name it. And they're doing that in France. But you know, it's not surprising to me, if it's a free and fair election, that if you're a citizen of France and you've been seeing what's going on with this Macron character, if you don't want to lose your country, you better step up and vote him out. Because dude is talk about no border, letting them in too, and losing their country. And maybe the people there are like, hey, we got to stop this. You know, freedom, liberty. So this is good. Also, this had happened, something similar. We've had, I guess it was earlier this year, in Italy, the conservative president won that election. And in Argentina, Milei, I forget his first name, Milei, he won, very more of a conservative type of person. So Argentina, Italy, France, there was another one in there somewhere, I can't remember. But we're seeing a trend here, and it's a good trend, because maybe the people are like waking up and smelling the coffee, like, you know, we got to act fast. And this is that's the most powerful thing you can do, is vote. So hopefully this trend continues. That's why I say, if you're a hard leftist, fascist, you're not having a good day. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. That's what I say. Now, if you're just your classic liberal, or kind of center to left, you know, traditional, I call it traditional liberal, I can deal with most of these folks. I really can. That's fine. But when you're hard left, fascist, you want to destroy and burn the whole system down, that's not cool. I'm not for that at all. I'm the enemy to that. I can guarantee that. You know, what would you do without freedom? What would you do? That's the big question here. We just want freedom. You know, and I know there's no absolute freedom, but freedom of religion, freedom of speech, you know, within reason, I get it. We want to be left alone. We want to live our lives, practice our faith, raise our families, make a living without being taxed into oblivion, and not be destroyed by those who want to rule us. That's what we want. We want to be productive and contribute, and we are. We just want to be left alone. Leave us alone. Let us do our thing. Let us live. We're not hurting. We're not damaging anything. We're producing. Okay. That's my little rant. I went on a little rant. I digress. But this is a good trend. All right. United States military bases are on high alert, especially in Europe. They say there is credible intelligence of an impending terror threat, a terror attack, or multiple terror attacks. I'm not surprised at that. I have mixed feelings about all the dang, I mean, the United States military is so far flung. I mean, we're in so many places. We're like ancient Rome, to where we are so spread out that it's not a good thing. America first. I mean, that's the way it should be. Protect the homeland, national security, you know? So there's that. But that also, the other thought that I have is that goes into what's been going on with leadership in this country, or lack thereof, in that what a better time to take advantage of the weak leadership we have right now in the United States. You can make a case for Canada as well, and North America in general. But what a better time! What a better time to try something. If I'm an adversary of the United States, I'm throwing everything in the kitchen sink right now. I'm strike while or strike now. That's what I would be doing if I were an adversary. I mean, it's just the time to do it. All right, share your thoughts on these. But I was really glad also to see what's happening in France. So United States, are you listening? Are you watching this? Canada, the people of Canada, are you watching this? Because you got a humdinger of one up there that's wanting to rule you too. Whew. All right. Okay, I'm going to go to a passage. It's the best part. The best part. All right. Where am I? We are in Psalm chapter 139. That's a good one. But I'm going to concentrate on starting with verse 14. It says, I'm starting 13 actually. Verse 13, for you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Amen. Amen. If you are feeling down, if you're feeling like you don't bring value, you're depressed, you have anxiety, you're not sure of your purpose, read this. Read it more than once. Read it out loud, verbally, and take it in. And then listen and pray, meditate over it. It will help you, I guarantee. Concentrate, focus on it, because the God and maker of this universe made you, made me. And that's for a purpose. And if you don't know your exact purpose, that's okay. That's okay. Pray about it and figure it out. You will. Sometimes that doesn't really happen until later in life. It really doesn't. That's okay. We don't all know when we're 25 even what we're going to do. Some people know at an earlier age, and that's cool. They're blessed. But it's okay. It's also a blessing to find out a little later. It's all on His plan. It's all part of the big plan, and we just need to be, once you figure that out, how can you utilize it? How can you further the kingdom? How can you be the hands and feet of Jesus? That's our calling. That's what we do. All right, let's keep the faith. Let's be careful. Let's be safe out there. Stay close to Jesus. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.